Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Denton, Dallas, and Beyond Cooks. My name is Matt, and as always, I'm here with my buddy Rue. We're going to do something a little bit different today. We've never actually done dessert before, but since this is the end of Season 2, Small Bites,
Maybe.
we're going to make little bitty cheesecakes.
Okay, so this recipe was handed down from generation to generation. It's a South Louisiana favorite. We're going to start the process off from the ground up on this one. So
Okay.
we've got our little small baking pans with the bottoms that come out, and that'll come to bear in just a little bit. But we're going to start with a fine graham cracker. Yeah, we're going to start with a fine graham cracker crust.
Ram cracker crust.
It could turn out like crap. Who the hell knows? We'll see in just a second.
Bloody Marys are great on the first Saturday of the month.
First Saturday of the month. Be a little nicer to everybody.
That's right.
It's important. So back to the start of it all, which is we're going to end up making a whole bunch of these things because if you're going to make one, you just assume make some for your friends.
Everybody loves cheesecake.
Yeah. Again, first Saturday of the month. So we got 4 cups of graham cracker that has been pulverized. So we're going to put that in here.
Okay.
We're going to add...
Just to let the people know in advance, this may be the only time we do this, but there will be no Old Bay in this cheesecake. So, it could happen, but there's probably not going to be.
We'll see. We'll get it in there some kind of way in a little bit. So with our 4 cups of graham crackers, we're now going to add 3/4 cup of sugar into this.
All right.
You'll see people blending things with lots of different tools and apparatus, but graham cracker crust, don't try to use a whisk on this. It's not going to work. A fork is probably your best option. And the binding agent for this whole thing is going to be some of the best butter that I've ever had. It's called Cougar. It's absolutely incredible. Just any butter that has good fat content, good milk content, that's what you're looking for. And also make sure that it's sugar, not salt. That would really make this crappy.
I didn't even look.
Yeah, well, you never
I'm
can
glad
tell.
you had the right bag out here.
Yeah. So we're going to incorporate this with the sugar, and then Matt is going to bring in a little bit of that butter in here, a little bit at a time. What we're looking to do is get this bonded together so that we can then transfer it to our little bottomed caking pans. Okay. Ooh, that's already looking good.
So why shouldn't the people use the whisk?
Because it's going to clump in the whisk. It's not going to do anything. It's just going to aggravate the hell out of you. Okay. And there's really nothing better than a fork for this.
You don't want to be aggravated on the first Saturday of the month.
No, that would be terrible. That would be anti-first Saturday of the month. Okay, so we're going to continue to get this all incorporated, and we'll see you in just a second.
Okay, so we have our graham cracker mix here. We got the sugar in there. We did end up adding an egg white because it wasn't quite the consistency it needs to be, and now we're just going to press it into our little pan.
So remember, when you're working with graham crackers, you want it to have just a little bit of a tacky consistency before you put it in to the molds. The other step is really time on this one. In order for this to really set up and be ready to go, it's probably going to have to sit in the refrigerator for about an hour.
Yep.
And again, that's just to give it a chance to kind of set up, let that butter kind of stick together again so that once it hits the high heat of the oven, it'll crisp up and we should be good to go. So we'll get this going, we'll get them resting, and we'll see you in a little bit. So now that we've got the graham crackers setting up in the refrigerator, we're going to get to the filling section of this particular wonderful dish here.
You mean the cheese part of the cheesecake?
Yeah, that is kind of the primary thing in the cheesecakes. So we've got 3 8-ounce cream cheeses that have been brought up to room temperature so that they'll be a little bit easier to mix. We've got, or maybe they'll be easier to mix, maybe they won't. Who the heck knows? We've got 1 1/2 cup of sugar, and then we've got some lemon juice with an accidental beer overflow in it, but you can leave that out if you want. The important part of the cheesecake, it may seem like a little thing, but it's beating the eggs in there. Do not put all the eggs in at one time. You want to beat each egg in fully. Make sure it's all incorporated into this. Otherwise, you're not going to get that fluffy texture that you're looking for. So we're going to get all of this stuff incorporated, and we'll see you in just a bit.
You know, Rue, I don't really like baking. I mean, this is going to be amazing. I can't wait to taste it, but it just takes so stinking long. But through the magic of post-production, this is coming to you in about, what, 8 minutes? 9 minutes?
So, just so you understand how much we love you, Matt is doing things that he hates just to bring the good food
All for the people.
to the people. Yeah, you got it. So, we've got all our eggs incorporated.
So this has been whipped and beat to hell. And
it did not deserve to be. It did not. It really did.
So we just put a little bit of this in that?
Okay, so yeah. So here's the thing with this, is that this is going to rise up like monuments to the planets and to the gods that were once there. Okay. So you want to fill it up about halfway.
Halfway, all right.
Because if you put too much, I'm telling you, this thing is going to be humongous.
Filling it up halfway, boss.
Filling it up. There's about 50 eggs in there, Luke. That's perfect. That is somehow that was the exact right amount. I don't know how you did that, but that's great.
Sometimes a blind squirrel finds a nut.
Yeah, well, maybe put a little less in this one. When I said perfect, I mean it was nearly perfect, but
it was there.
Okay.
When was the last time you made a cheesecake so small, like, you know?
Well, never. I've never made a cheesecake.
We normally use the large springform
Correct.
pan instead of these little bitty ones, but we had them. We thought, hey, small bite.
Had to. It's part of the rules. That's
good.
That's plenty. So this is going to go in the oven at 350 until it begins to brown and crack on the edges. Timing wise, I'm expecting that we're looking between 20 and 35 minutes. But we will post the final time in the information below. See you in a bit. Once those cheesecakes come out of the oven, we're going to need to let them rest for a little bit. This is going to give a solid base for the next step of this, which is the wonderful sour cream topping.
Okay, so now we're working on the topping, which is just, we're going to use
16 ounces
16 ounces of daisy.
A little dollop of daisy there.
You mentioned earlier, or actually I mentioned earlier, that we weren't going to put Old Bay in this, but we figured out how to incorporate McCormick into this amazing dish. How are we going to do that, Rue?
Well, you know what? McCormick is a fine company that has a broad spectrum of products, including wonderful vanilla. This vanilla will be like the thing that is going to seal the deal for this topping. So if you want quality vanilla, you put...
Go ahead and give me another drop in there.
I don't want to put any more. But we'll put a little bit more.
There we go.
All right.
Well, the end is near, thankfully.
And now the end is near. So we face the 2 cheesecakes.
That was beautiful.
Thanks, buddy. I feel like I'm beautiful right now. I'm so pretty.
Seriously, moved.
I'm so pretty. Can we get to this, please? Thank you.
All right, so the cheesecakes have come out of the oven. They have cooled in the refrigerator for a little while, and they settled down just a little bit.
They did, as we knew they would.
See you on the camera. There we go.
Very good.
There we go.
Thank you.
So now we're going to put our little topping on here.
So again, this is a combination of sour cream, sugar, vanilla from McCormick. We love you. This will be our wonderful topper. It's going to go back in the oven at 350 for about 15 minutes. And the purpose...
We got to wait 15 more minutes.
I know it, but it's going to be worth it. The reason being is that when we put sugar and milk together, we'll get a little bit of a caramelizing thing going on that will be worth the time. So heat, sugar, milk, good thing. So we'll put these in the oven. We'll see you in just a bit.
Dessert. It is finally here.
Man, I will tell you that the little form pans worked great for this. The graham cracker crust looks perfect, and the setup of that sour cream on the top, holy crap! Yeah,
I almost lost it.
yeah, you almost did. So we're now at the point where we have to eat this thing. So Matt,
So it's a small-ish cheesecake, which falls in line with small bites. This could definitely be bigger because I love cheesecake.
I do love cheesecake,
And
and
I could eat one of those probably just by myself.
holy
Well, no,
moly!
I'm not gonna take that big of a bite.
Give me that. Right, give me this.
Good graham cracker. So,
Good flavor in the graham cracker crust. If I was to give one critique of it, I would say not so much graham cracker in there next time.
Really?
Thin it out a little bit. But the cheesecake is perfect. It's delicious. I taste the two distinct layers in there, and I think this is actually wonderful.
yeah.
So Matt, if they wanted to learn more about the things that we make here, where would they find that?
Probably the Food Network.
Yeah.
You know, you can't go to the Food Network. Try Denton, Dallas, and beyond. You know, a couple of guys trying out some recipes, having some fun.
Yeah.
Subscribe and like our page.
Or you could go to info@DentonDallasandBeyond.com or leave us a voicemail at 940-320-9097. We do listen to those things and take feedback. And we certainly appreciate everyone that's been watching and hope that all of your sautés and sauternes are perfect.